Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the University of Central Florida Golden Knights. It's either the Golden Knights or the Black Knights. I always get their mascot and the Army mascot mixed up. Anyways, let's get on to it. UCF last year went 9-4, 5-3 in the American. Honestly, before I looked at this again, I had thought that they went a lot worse than 8-4 in the regular season, but I digress. They ended up beating Florida in the Gasparilla Bowl, which pretty much made the battle for Florida a lot easier for them. They lost last season on the road at Louisville on, I believe, a last play interception, or last play pick six, rather. They lost on the road at Navy to the triple option. They lost on the road to the Buzzsaw, the group of five in Cincinnati, and they lost on the road at SMU. All road losses, which does not surprise me since Gus Malzahn has not been great on the road any time when he has been coaching. Not at Auburn and not here. Now, they did have some good wins, like against Memphis, against Tulane, against East Carolina, and Boise State even. They had a comeback win against Boise and Florida, of course. UCF, they're a good team. They also got a lot of great transfers this past offseason. So let's look at them. Let's take out my notes and see what I got to say and look at the transfers. So, Gus Malzahn, former head coach of the Auburn Tigers, and has 2 wins against Alabama. No. He has 3 wins. 3 wins against Alabama under Nick Saban. Second year at UCF. He gained a lot of great pieces, like I said, from the transfer portal, including a quarterback from Ole Miss. You may have heard him if you watched some SEC games in 2019. John Rice Plumlee. Dual threat quarterback, went to wide receiver for 2020 and 2021. Now he's going back to quarterback since he's transferred. Can he become the next Nick Marshall, Jarrett Stidham, or Bo Nix in the Gus Malzahn offense? That is the question. Now, speaking of transfers, let's look at who they got. Well, like I said, they got John Rice Plumlee. They got star-studded wide receiver Kobe Hudson from Auburn. It's a great pickup for him. Great tight end Kamari Gamble from Florida. Offensive tackle Tylen Gramble from Jacksonville State. Offensive guard Ryan Swoboda from Virginia. Defensive end Katie McDaniel from Kentucky, quality get. Defensive tackle Lee Hunter from Auburn, another quality get. Linebacker Brandon Jennings from Kansas State. Linebacker Terrence Lewis from Maryland. And defensive back Kobe Perry from Austin Peay. All of these are great pieces, but can they congeal? Like I've said in all of these, you can have a great transfer portal season. However, if they can't get on the same page or congeal, then your team's just a bunch of players. So, now that I've got that out of the way, let's see how they're going to do this season. Week 1, they play South Carolina State in the Bounce House. And that's going to be a win. That'll be a good game to kind of get everybody on the same page before you host one of your biggest games of the season, Louisville. Louisville, they're going to be a good team this year. They're still going to have Michael Cunningham. I always want to say Malik. Michael Cunningham, I believe. Something like that. They're still going to have him. They're still going to be a good team under Scott Satterfield. And I think that they come to the Bounce House and get a win. I think John Rice Plumlee is going to take a little bit of time to get fixed with this offense. And I think playing Louisville in week 2 is not a great start to that. Sorry, I'm saying I think so much. I need to think of a better synonym. So, week 3, you get your first road game against Florida Atlantic, and I think you get a win there. Florida Atlantic, they're a good Conference USA team, but they're not on the level of you. It could become a close game, which I wouldn't doubt it. On this level of the FBS, close games are pretty common, just like in the FBS except against lower classification talent, of course. Like if you have SEC versus Pac-12 or SEC plus ACC, it should be one-sided. However, you can have close games. Anyways, let's get off that tangent. You get a win here, you're 2-1. Then you play another Power 5 team in Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech seems to be on the upturn by this point in the season. If you've seen my Georgia Tech or Clemson preview, they have already beaten Clemson in Week 1 in Atlanta, but they've also lost to Ole Miss, and they played them, I believe, right before they play you in the bounce house, and you get a win there. You're 3-1 before you play SMU. SMU, one of the most high-powered offenses, in my opinion, in the group of 5, and I think it's going to be too much for you. I think Tanner Mordecai, there I go again on the I think. Anyways, Tanner Mordecai is going to be a great quarterback in the FBS group of 5. And SMU is going to be a good team. They're going to be one of the best teams in the American this year, in my opinion. So, you go into your bye week 3-2 and come out of it to play Temple. Temple shouldn't be nowhere near your talent at this point. So, you get a win there. 4-2. Then you go on the road to East Carolina. This is a very ruckus environment for the group of 5. Greenville, North Carolina, Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. Earlier this season, they would have played NC State. And if they hadn't beat them, they're going to be rowdy as ever. Anytime a team like East Carolina plays North Carolina State, or App State plays North Carolina State, they want to fight tooth and nail to beat that team. They want to prove that they're as good as both flagship North Carolina teams. Anyways, I think you take a loss here. I think East Carolina, they have a good team around them and everything. I think they get a win here. And you drop to 4-3 before hosting Cincinnati. Good news. Cincinnati loses a lot of talent. They have a great head coach, but their talent is not where it needs to be at this point. And I think you get a win. Cincinnati loses here. You get a win to go to 5-3 before going on the road again to play Memphis. Memphis, they're under Florida State's head coach. What's his name? I forget his name. Mike Norvell. They were one of the best group of 5 teams out there. Since he's left, they've kind of regressed down to middle of the pack on the American. So I think you'll go to Memphis and get a win in the Liberty Bowl. 6-3 before you go back-to-back road games on the road at Tulane. Tulane, they're a very tricky team to figure out. Like last season, week 1, they almost beat Oklahoma, but finished the season, I think, below 500. And it's on the road, but you'll get the win here. You'll go on the road, you're a little bit better. Gus Malzahn needs to fix the problem of losing the teams on the road, but by this point in the season, John Rice Plumlee should be in the groove, and you should be able to win this game. 7-3. Then you host Navy. Navy, just like I said in the last video, all these teams that run the option, the triple option, love to slow the game down, love to keep on the field as long as they can to win the game, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do to you. So, Navy gets a win here, you lose, and you get your 4th loss. You're at 7-4 before you go to Tampa to play South Florida. South Florida, one of the worst group of 5 teams there is, and I think you get a win there. I think you finish the season 8-4. Same way as last year, but a little bit of a improvement for Gus Malzahn with only 3 losses in the American. And that could be good enough for a trip to the American Championship if things swing your way. Now, this is considering if you get those wins on the road. Like I said in the beginning, road games have been Gus Malzahn's kryptonite ever since he's been at Auburn, Arkansas, UCF, and so on and so forth. So there you have it. UCF goes 8-4 and has a pretty good bowl game, not road game. Gus Malzahn wouldn't want a good road game. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and go Dogs.